guys. So again, you guys can see this bear flag down, the flagpole, right? And you see price action going up, but you see volume decreasing. So what this shows us, at least it shows me, is that we're going to need a significant push up of volume and price action and breakthrough here to, to launch us past all-time high like we're all hoping again. Or it looks like we have some further downside. And what this downside could potentially lead to is you just take the measure of this flagpole, right? So from top to just about bottom of the price action. Say it breaks down like right here. Because usually with these patterns, it could play out more and it could keep going up. But let's just say this is the end. They usually break out about 75, 80% of the time, or 75 to 80% of the pattern. So this is moved in about the majority. If this pattern is ending, we don't know how long it'll go, right? But this is pretty major resistance right here around the 52 mark. So we might go up and touch this once. And if we get rejected, then maybe anticipate that we come down. And you see where this is leading us all the way down to about 38,000, which would be the next significant support for Bitcoin, which will kind of suck, to be honest, because I am maxed out on everything because it's up only, right? Bulls are back. Bears thought they had us for a little bit, but nope, no way. Anyways, that's a joke, guys. Don't listen to me. So again, but this is the bearish scenario, and this is what I'm seeing. This is showing us basically right here with the volume decreasing, this flagpole down, price action moving up. See, it's an uptrend, right? But then volume is dropping and it's in a bear flag. So Bukowski's research would show us that that's like a 2-to-1 average of a breakdown. Is not, I know this line is longer and it goes past support. So to be safe, like say you were shorting and you were waiting for the break of this, my targets would be like between here and here, there's major support. It could go lower, but just to be safe, right? You want to make sure you get your trade closed. I guess I needed more smoothie. So if we break up, now you're like, Michael, what if we break up? You know, don't be so negative. Boom, if we break up, that's where the measured move would lead us, right? I'd say a little bit lower. Again, 52, right about 52 and some change, almost 53. That's some major, it was support, but now it's resistance, right? So let me move that down here actually. So you guys can see lots of price action respecting this, a lot of volume around this range as well, up and down. So it shows you this is pretty significant resistance. It will be. So let's just anticipate that if it breaks out past this line, that that'll be pretty pretty bullish, I'd say. Once we do that, obviously we would look for some increased volume and do that. There's a lot less odds and probability that it does this bearish or this bullish move. But if it did break from here, I would anticipate for it to hit our target originally of this pattern that we had back here, right? So at a rising wedge, yeah, you could call it like a rising bull flag, right? Price action is going up. Volume is dropping technically, but nonetheless, you saw it to start to pick up here and it broke us out. But volume wasn't super impressive, right? You're seeing higher spikes of volume here and here, and you're seeing these meteoric moves up. So I would expect, again, we would need to see some volume to have it reach our ultimate goal of Valhalla, 63,000, 64. I'm thinking, I'm thinking if I was selling Bitcoin for a midterm play, maybe leverage, or you just have enough money that you can make lots of money off of 20, 30%, or you're learning, start with Bitcoin first. I would set mine for like, well, if I was selling my Bitcoin, I'd sell it for about 65, 65, 66. If you want to do lower, this is the bottom of the range, right? 63, 64, lock those profits in. But that's basically how we're looking for Bitcoin right now, guys. Again, about, what is it, about it's 8 o'clock, little less than 8 hours. So it's about 7.5 hours from now, we'll have the London daybreak. That time will be upon us. So that's an important time to watch. Right now, we're getting a little bit lower volatility, as you can see, a little less, like we're going down, but it's just because the market, usually when you see low volume, you're going to expect price to be sliding down. Low volatility, low volume, you can usually associate a correlating price action that's dropping. So I'm going to show you guys some Bitcoin dominance, which is BTC.D. I'll actually show it side by side. It'll make it a little bit easier. One second, y'all. I'm gonna get some. I can't stand it. I need some more smoothie. Give me like 30 seconds. I will be back. Okay, I might have actually grabbed a little slice of pizza as well. So I know that was about 3 minutes. Forgive me. I also saw something pretty funny. If you guys know the movie War Dogs with Jonah Hill and I forget the other guy, but I don't know if you have you watched it. The scene where they're getting gas in Fallujah, and they got the rebels or whatever you want to call them starting to chase them, so they're on the run. But they kept that scene, but they subtitled each of the characters and each of the actions in there, different stuff in crypto. It's hilarious. I'll share it to the group, and it's funny. It made me laugh. Anyways, back to the scheduled programming. 1 second, guys. Guess not. Okay. Oh man, how do I turn on my notifications for everything for just a little bit? For sure, it's probably easy. I'm gonna figure that out. Okay. So you guys can see we're seeing bearish signs on Bitcoin. At least that's what the chart is showing us. I mean, fundamentally, I still have hope just because of you guys have been hearing the news that we're hearing, big old buys, and the Tether FUD has been cleared up. XRP obviously has been doing pretty well. Oh, Bitfinex basically got a slap on the wrist. Same thing with Tether, but they're acquitted, at least of the charges brought against them so far. So it looks like everything is in clear for him. Let's see how the Bitcoin dominance and the price action kind of line up. I'll show you guys a little bit more. What is this? Who's scribbling? It wasn't me. All right. So you can do these side by side, right? But you want to make sure you want them to match up time-wise. Yeah, just about. So you see the my little crosshairs on both sides of the screen, right? So this one kind of starts the same route. And you can even zoom this out a little bit. You're trying to get them side by side as much as possible, right? So there's similar amount of space over there. This one is still a little zoomed out. There we go. There we go. So 1 hour and 1 hour, right? You can see up at the top here. Usually, I'm going to be cautious of telling you what I usually look for and what the stereotypes are, because when you're still kind of learning this, I don't want you to be like in your head, like get stuck, because that's what happened to me. I really want you guys just to see for yourselves and see what you trade on the charts. So I don't want to give you any assumptions. I want you guys to see that for yourself. So let's just drag this mouse here, right? So you see on the right, BTC dominance is dropping, right? The red candles is going down, but what BTC dominance is showing you is the percentage or the ratio of money in Bitcoin compared to the rest of everything else. So it's Bitcoin against everything else, right? So out of the entire market cap of crypto, how much is BTC occupying? Right now it's at 62.56, so that means 62% roughly. 62.5% of the total market cap is in Bitcoin. So when it's dropping, usually we see price, you can see it going sideways here, right? Low volatility, kind of choppy up and down, nothing too crazy. Or you can see price going down. But usually when you see BTC dominance going up, is you're seeing sharp moves, right? You're going to see usually breaking up or breaking down happen. So as you guys can see right here, follow the lines on both screens. It's going up. You can see Bitcoin dominance going up as well. And then goes down a little bit. So you guys can see that is true. So dominance dropping. And just follow along, right? So now it's kind of chopping around. You guys can see here, again, it kind of proves my observation. If you see this one right here, you see the long wick. You see the long wick on this one, and it's a pretty big candle. Well, look where it's leading. So it's on this long red wick down, right? So big volume spikes usually show lots of action, lots of volatility, right? So we hit the peak about right here. We hit the peak about right here. And if you guys see Bitcoin dominance is dropping, actually it's just sideways, but price action is dropping, right? Until we get to this point. So this was pretty soft selling, I'd say, right? I kind of call it bullish selling, but obviously that assumption or observation wasn't right this time. So we go back up, look like maybe we'll recover, get rejected from 55K, and then you start to see Bitcoin dominance start to tick up. So the selling is getting more and more volume. And you guys can see here, more volatility, so more and more volume. And at its highest point, this BTC dominance, right? The highest point here, you actually are seeing that candle right there that led us almost to our very bottom. It's a pretty big candle, right? Lots of volume. This one right here. Let me zoom in. This one right here. And this one right here. Right? So let's zoom back out. Let's see what we've been looking at so far. From right here all the way to where we're at now. We're seeing dominance go up. So the only thing, again, that I'm a little worried about is if you zoom out and take this pattern as well, you're seeing another bull flag. I'd say a bearish bull flag more so. It's kind of ugly. This is not easy to draw this bull flag. You can always draw it up as well. Yeah, we'll do that. And why I'm cutting through this wick is it's kind of an anomaly, if you see. So you get several touches along this line right there. And then you only get this one long wick. But it comes right back down. This is where it closed. So I am comfortable drawing my trend line through that. And then we got the bottom line here. Now, this is a little bit more bearish no, bullish rather than bearish. I mean, it doesn't look good for the bearish case, because we are, you're kind of thinking, you're like, but this isn't like a graph or a token. Like, how do you find support and resistance? You can still find support and resistance on this as well. And you would just use the VPVR, which I'm pretty sure I have a video on that. I don't feel like going through all that right now. I don't want to get too off topic. At least buy what we can chew for right now. So if we're seeing this come down and we're seeing price action start to fall, right? Usually falling price action is a little bit more bullish than bearish. And if it's rising price action, there's a higher chance that it's going to come down. So I wouldn't even call it bullish or bearish. It's just probability. When you're having this falling price action, higher chance of it going up. And if it has the rising price action, higher chance of it breaking down. Just pretty simple. Not always right, not 100% right, but for the most part. So with that, I would expect a rise. And as you guys can see, we had pretty big spikes in the volatility, like green candles in the volatility, right? Just recently. And one of the lowest parts of our dump. So if this increases, if this breaks up, or even comes with the test here, then I'm thinking we're going to see Bitcoin test these lows again, hopefully form a double bottom and hold the line here. If it does break through, looking like 40.38. Remember, the measure move took us to about 38. The 618 is landing on about 38 and some change. So we'll see. Besides that, that's pretty much it for the Bitcoin update as of right now. Remember, zoom out. You might not be trading Bitcoin. You might hate Bitcoin, but face the facts, and you have to know what it's doing, especially if you want to get into altcoin trades. You have to know what it's doing at all times. It's just the way it is right now. Oh, well, he's not even in. I got to get dings or something for the chart or the chat. Let's see. So yeah, that is the outlook right now that I'm seeing. Right. I don't really like to use a lot of indicators. I know everybody's got their own cup of tea, their own flavor. But nonetheless, I like to keep it pretty simple. As you guys know, I'm a big believer in finding the support and resistance lines. This is a little bit overkill, to be honest, especially with these bigger moves. They're only going to respect more solid. They'll blast through most of these. But the from what I can tell, the major ones are the 52 for sure. This 46 level, 45, 46, 40, 42 is pretty significant, 38. And then further up past the 52, I'd say the 54, 55 level. And we'd probably be looking at, yeah, I guess all-time high, you know, up in this area as well. Let me show you guys the altcoin. I forget what alt one. Oh, total alt, total. So total crypto cap. This is the total crypto market cap, everything rolled together, right? So it's just under 1.5 trillion, 1,483 billions. So right under 1.5 trillion. You can see here, this is another bearish pattern, technically speaking, probability speaking, right? I mean, it could be a V-shaped recovery, which we shouldn't be surprised to see that. It is a bull market after all. That's what we're hoping for if we're long. If you're not in yet and you haven't bought the dip, I'm sure you're pretty much a bear right now, just hoping it comes up. And you hope that the market swings in your favor as soon as you get in. Unfortunately, it does not revolve around any one of us, unless you got billions and billions of dollars. Then it somewhat revolves around what you want. So again, on this, what this would mean is if it went down, there's money being drained out of the crypto total market cap. If it goes up, there's being more money poured in. So when we see these big giga pumps from Bitcoin, a lot of times you'll see price action fall. But for the most part, if Bitcoin and Ethereum are doing good, the market's doing good. And I say Bitcoin and Ethereum just because more so they make up like over 80%, just about either just below or just over 80% of all the market cap. So it's just Bitcoin and Ethereum by itself. So that's the outlook for crypto market cap in total. Let's see. I forgot what man, I see this all the time too. The altcoin market cap. You guys can see here the different setups. Cardano's on the rise. Tether, of course. BNB. Look, this is such a big majority. That's 75% of the market is Bitcoin and Ethereum alone. I cannot find the altcoin. I'll find it the other day, another day, and we will obviously go through it. But as you guys can see, I'm seeing bearish signs. Again, it's not uncommon that they try to scare the bejesus out of us, and they're trying to shake you out, of your hand. Don't sell. Well, no, I'm not going to tell you not to sell. Again, it's not financial advice, but I'll tell you what I'm doing, and I'm holding. I would not be surprised if Bitcoin just kind of woke up tonight, right around the London daybreak. It'd be so much so poetic justice. Breakthrough here, boom, we're back on our way. Even if we do bust down, right, and test the support, which would be best case scenario and a worst case price action. So even, you know, that's not what we're hoping for bulls. If it comes down, let's hope it bounces on these levels right here. Anything lower, and I'd say definitely 42, maybe even 40, maybe even 38. Remember, the measure move took us all the way down to 38. So for now, that's all we really have to worry about with Bitcoin. I'm going to pause the recording here.